The first half of 2016 is over. We've seen, played, and enjoyed dozens of fresh, great-looking, and well-designed games. But which ones provided the best and most lasting impression? Here's our 5 best PC games of 2016 so far. Number 5. Darkest Dungeon. The first role-playing game that can kill your character with a heart attack is also one of the best. Exploring randomly generated dungeons and fighting monsters using a turn-based combat system is more exciting than we initially thought. It's because the gameplay bears similarities to survival horror, of all things. You're never powerful enough, you're never equipped enough, and you never know what you are going to encounter next. The game doesn't look complex, but that's one of its biggest advantages. The animation is modest, the art style rather suggests instead of just showing, and as a result, the game looks like a relic from decades ago. And we love it! Darkest Dungeon proves that games don't have to spell everything out, and that sometimes it's best to show just enough to fire up players' imagination. Number 4. XCOM 2. If you like turn-based combat, you probably like XCOM. The sequel to the remake to the 1993 original is bigger and better thanks to procedurally generated maps. The feature makes the game insanely replayable. There are also such upgrades as new characters' classes, looting and concealment mechanics, new enemies, and more. It's a more sophisticated, better-looking, larger, and less predictable game that has much more to offer. Number 3. Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 is Dark Souls for the new generation of both gamers and technology. It's way prettier than its predecessors, but mechanically it's closer to the first game than the sequel. And that's a good thing. The world makes sense again, the areas transition fluidly into one another, and the gameplay is much more polished, with better hitboxes, more varied enemies, and bosses changing fight patterns. Also, the world of Dark Souls evolves. It's similar to what we've already seen, but the passage of time is visibly pronounced. It makes the universe feel organic. In the effect, the experience is much more satisfying and rewarding, especially for the fans of the series. Number 2. Doom. This one here is a surprise. While we'd hoped Doom would be good, we never expected it to be this awesome. Doom brings back everything we loved in classic shooters. There's no minimap, no follow this character markers, no 2 weapons only rule, and no overly directed sequences of action that plays out regardless of the player. There are, however, health packs, key cards, long open levels, and chainsaws. In Doom, the player controls the game, not the other way around. While many games feel like movies we watch from the inside, in Doom, players are the ones who create the action. Number 1. Overwatch. No surprise here, Overwatch took over our lives. It's perfect at what it does. We love how the characters' different abilities complement each other, how many team builds are possible, and how many tactical options they open. The gameplay is like martial arts. Every move is dangerous, but can be countered in more than one way, and the unpredictability of the fight makes it so exciting. Also, while at this point, we frankly don't care about the background story, we appreciate the graphical style that's more than just serviceable and doesn't get stale the more we see it. Overall, we simply like to play Overwatch. We don't have to force ourselves to spend hours and hours with the game, and we don't feel tired with it. Overwatch shows the level of quality Blizzard is known for. Heck, we'd even say it's better at being a team shooter than Diablo 3 was at being a hack and slash. That's saying a lot, isn't it? Will the king of 2016 games be overthrown by any of the upcoming titles? Do you consider Overwatch the best game of the year so far, or would you pick something else? Tell us what you think and visit Kinguin.net for the best games at the best prices. Until next time, gamers.